Hello, I'm Super Orange Cat here today to cover Toonami's ratings from this past Saturday, March 12th, 2022. Let's start at the top of the block. At the top of the block, we have Shenmue at a .10, Attack on Titan at a .07, Assassination Classroom at a .08, Made in Abyss at a .08, One Piece at a .05, followed by another episode at a .04, Naruto Shippuden at a .06, and Cowboy Bebop at a .04. Overall, this was really just like another week for Toonami. Nothing wild in terms of changes with ratings. If anything, we saw upticks in most of our shows. Shenmue went up a little bit. Yet Assassination Classroom went up 200s. Hell, Made in Abyss went up 300s, which made it the biggest gain of the week. However, I'll go into what the one downside of this week was in a moment. But just general analysis, Shenmue has kind of been interesting. It started out poorly, not even getting point ones. Then it only went up to like a .14, which was the highest rating any show has gotten since Family Guy left Adult Swim. The highest show a show's gotten on Toonami, which made it start looking like Shenmue might have been a big success. And then we slowly crawled back down to a .10. So, I mean, it's just hard to analyze some of these ratings sometimes. Shenmue hasn't done as bad as it could have done, and the general reception I've heard from it is more positive than negative. So it has that going for it as well. And it has in theory limitless material because I don't think they've finished the game series. I don't think there's even like plans to finish the actual game series yet, which is a thing fans of the game series complain about a lot. After that, you have Attack on Titan, that being kind of a downer this week. It went down to, it didn't retain as well as it's done in previous weeks. And again, we saw this when part one of season 4 aired a year or two ago, whenever it aired, where people just didn't tune into it. And it's for the same reasons. One, it just aired subbed not that long ago, so it's probably fresh in people's minds. And two, I mean, if you really wanted to beat everyone to the water cooler and learn and like to know what happens next on Attack on Titan for this final season, even if you're someone who prefers the dub, you might be making an exception and watching the sub just so you won't get spoiled on how everything ended. And after that, you have Assassination Classroom. Assassination Classroom has been an underrated stalwart of the block. I can't think of a single time where I can make an argument, or anyone can make an argument, that Assassination Classroom has been the show to let the block down. It it builds on Attack on Titan. That just seems weird that a show that's like a decade, nearly a decade old at this point, built on one of the big shonen of the 2010s. It just seems bizarre, but here we are. This is what happened. And then Made in Abyss also holds that a .08. Fun fact on the cable ratings, on the total rankings for all cable premieres this past Saturday, Assassination Classroom was 81st, Made in Abyss was 82nd, which means that nearly no one left in between. Enough people left so that Assassination Classroom technically did not get built on, but still very impressive retention by Made in Abyss. After that, you have One Piece being a disappointment, dropping 300s from the show in front of it, losing nearly half the audience in an hour. And you can argue part of it was because after Made in Abyss and before One Piece was when daylight savings time, technically, I think that means daylight savings time began by jumping forward an hour. So where Made in Abyss was at 1:30, One Piece was at 3. And that doesn't impact the episodes, but it might be a psychological thing where people are like, well, it's 3 a.m. I better be getting to sleep. When for maybe 2 a.m. they wouldn't be feeling as such. That might contribute a little bit to these decrease in ratings, but One Piece, ever since coming back, has been a ratings disappointment for Toonami. But again, you got a bagillion episodes, and allegedly, according to Jason DeMarco, they got a really good deal on it. So if that's true, One Piece is just going to be here forever. We joke about Naruto. I joke about Naruto being here until the Heat Death Universe. One Piece is going to be here after the Heat Death Universe. Whatever emerges from the primordial ooze of the universe when that happens will be One Piece. I mean, that's just what's going to happen, man. And then Shippuden builds on One Piece. Anyone would build on One Piece, but again, this has got to be at least 30th, not even exaggerating, like the 30th time Naruto has built on the show in front of it, because that's been a theme the entire time I've been doing these ratings. That's been like a consistent theme where Naruto would find some way every other week or so, once in a while, to build on the show in front of it. Like, I distinctly remember it doing that with Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, I'm the type of person that pronounces an X. I guess that makes me some type of monkey. Uh, Hunter x Hunter. I think it did that with Black Clover quite a few times. Wouldn't be surprised if it did it with something like Fully Cooley Alternative or something in the past too. But I digress, it just does that. And then Cowboy Bebop's a 23-year-old show. No one gives a shit what it rates. So what do you guys think? Note next week we'll be seeing something called The Return debut on Toonami. It's going to be similar to Cosmo Samurai, in which I think it's going to be brief, like 5-minute vignettes that'll air. However, instead of airing at 1 o'clock like Cosmo Samurai did, it will be airing right at midnight. The return is going to be more or less just like a nice perspective of Toonami, considering that this Thursday, St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, is the 25th anniversary of when Toonami first aired on Cartoon Network back in 1997. So that's going to be interesting. I haven't paid attention much to what's supposed to be airing in these vignettes. But again, this means if you're DVRing any Toonami shows, think about DVRing the show after it as well, because your show is probably going to run past its normal time slot. So Shenmue will probably start at 12:05 or so, and then that means that Attack on Titan at 12:35, so on and so forth. So what do you guys think? Leave your opinions, leave your comments down below. I am the Super Orange Cat, and that is all.